Hey friends, I'm about to say two words that make people really nervous. Canned chicken. But before you scroll away, just hear me out. Today we're turning this little pantry shortcut into some loaded barbecue waffle fries that taste like your favorite restaurant appetizer, a bright flavor-packed dish that I've been dying to make, and even a bold Tex-Mex lasagna that feeds a crowd with just one can. So if you think canned chicken is boring, today might just change your mind. I'm Mel, welcome home. Get comfy and let's turn canned chicken into something unexpectedly delicious. Hey friends, it's Valentine's Day. I'm gonna make us some barbecue chicken loaded waffle fries. And I'm starting with a 12.5-ounce can of chunk white chicken breast. I've drained this. I'm gonna chunk it up into kind of smaller pieces. And of course, you could use a rotisserie chicken here if you had some leftover grilled chicken. Anything you have like that, that's a perfect way to use up your leftovers. But I didn't have anything, and I love having canned chicken on hand for times like that. We're gonna start building flavors. I'm going to put in some of this Weber smoky mesquite seasoning. We love this stuff. It has, of course, salt and pepper. It's got onion, garlic. It also has chili powder. Am I right? It has chili pepper. It has a little bit of paprika, I feel like it does. And it's got natural smoke and mesquite flavors. And it's kind of just gives everything you put it on like the taste that it's been cooked on the smoker or out over the grill. That mesquite is wonderful. So we're just gonna coat our chicken in a little bit of that. While I'm doing this, I've got some waffle fries in the oven. For the fries, I'm using these Orata waffle fries, probably doing about half the bag of them, maybe a little bit more. Gonna cook them according to the package directions, but I am gonna put a little bit of olive oil on them, and then I'm going to use that same Weber smoky mesquite seasoning on them because we want them to have a good little flavor too. And just cook them up to the package directions. Okay, fries are out. I did knock the temperature down to 350 degrees in my oven. And let's take our cooked fries and let's make them cute. Let's put it over here in a cast iron skillet. This is a 10.25-inch Lodge Blacklock. Y'all hear me talking about these all the time. I like them because they're 30% less heavy than regular cast iron. Triple seasoned, and I love them. Okay, we're just gonna make a really cute little presentation of this. Get my fries all kind of spread out in one little layer in here. Now we're just going to start building our nachos here. Well, they're not nachos. That make me think of nachos. They're loaded fries. Going to put our chicken out here, just kind of spread it out a little bit. And of course, if you don't have a cast iron skillet or you don't want to put it in another skillet, you can just build this right on top of your sheet pan. Now, I'm just drizzling barbecue sauce. This is probably 3 or 4 tablespoons full. Each way, maybe, I don't know, 1/3 of a cup. Use whatever you like. Let's see, I'm using Guy's Flavortown bourbon and brown sugar. I thought that would taste really good with the kind of smoky thing we got going on here. Now I've got about 1/2 cup of cheese. I'm gonna sprinkle on here. This is a Mexican blend, but hey, use whatever you like. I like the mix of light and darker yellow cheeses on here. I had some of these roll bacon pieces in the fridge, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them on here because I want them to kind of crisp up in the oven as well and get warmed. And just because I can, I'm gonna give it another little hit with my Weber's smoky mesquite. I tell you, we love this stuff. We use this on smoked cream cheese whenever we're not actually smoking it and we're just doing it in the oven. Now I'm gonna take this, put it in that oven. We're just gonna let it cook up. Oh, let's just set me a timer so I don't forget about it. Let's just set me a timer for 10 minutes and watch it. You're just waiting for your cheese to melt. I like to serve it right out of the skillet and top it with a little bit of sour cream and tons of green onions. I'll also put a little ranch dressing on the side for Maddie, but it's so cute and this is delicious. It's perfect for a night like tonight where we just want a little snack, something a little extra special out of the ordinary. It's great for tailgating. It's great for parties, holiday appetizers like little grazing boards. This is fun and it is so delicious, quick and easy, made with ingredients that you probably have in your fridge and freezer. The winter weather and dry indoor heat can really take a toll on my skin, but I found something that's been a total game changer for me, City Beauty. I've been using their Line Smoothing Hydro Mask for over a month now, and I love it. This sheet mask is saturated with a plumping serum made with peptides and antioxidants to help reduce the look of fine lines and wrinkles. After cleansing, I smooth the mask on, leave it for 20 minutes, and then massage in the extra serum. Leaves my skin feeling cool, refreshed, and so soft. City Beauty's mission is simple: to empower confidence through beauty that actually works, with science-backed formulas that are designed to give you instant and long-term results. I've also been using the Lip Fix Plus bundle. The Line Therapy smooths and hydrates like a moisturizer for your lips. During the day, I follow with the Plumpin' Lip Gloss. And when I say plumping, just take a look. I applied it to just one side of my lips, and you can really see the difference. It gives you a natural, youthful volume without harsh stinging. Before bed, and honestly, sometimes during the day too, I use the City Lips Night Oil. The rich hydration lasts well until morning, and this has quickly become my favorite product. All City Beauty products are cruelty-free, paraben-free, and they're designed to enhance your natural look while helping you feel confident at any age. Today, I'm wearing the Lip Plumping Gloss in Tinseltown. It's one of the City Lips bestsellers trio, but be sure and check out all of the shades. They have a lot of new releases, and this French fig is definitely calling my name. Try City Beauty for yourself and use my code MOMMAMAIL to save 20% on your order at the link below, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. And thank you so much, City Beauty, for partnering with me on today's video. Tonight, we're going to make a Mexican chicken tortilla casserole. And let's start by preheating our oven to 350 degrees. And I'm going to use canned chicken for this. It's a 12.5-ounce can of chunk white chicken. Of course, I drained it, and I'm just going to chunk it up in here. Callie stopped by this evening, and it was just me and Patrick here, and we'd probably eat a sandwich, but these are times where it's great to have canned chicken on hand. I can throw us together a little Mexican dish. Into my chicken, I'm adding 1 can of black beans. I've rinsed and drained these. I'm also putting in just a can of diced tomatoes. And correction, Callie is actually drained. She's drained and rinsed these. Well, she didn't rinse my tomatoes, but I'm also putting in just a cup of salsa. And I'm using this salsa from Aldi, and it's pineapple salsa. We love it. You're going to get a lot of bang for your buck using salsa. You'll have the onions and the seasonings and all the good things that are put into salsa whenever you make it. I've also got a can of whole kernel corn that Callie's drained for me. And we were just talking about how we love corn and stuff like this. And in particular, I said the Publix canned vegetables are delicious. I don't know, within the last couple of years, we've got a Publix, and I don't go there often. But when I do, I stock up on canned veggies because they are good. Now we're going to give it the Tex-Mex flavor that I love. We're going to use 2 teaspoons of chili powder and 1 teaspoon of cumin. Going to get this mixed together. I'm not putting any additional salt because canned chicken tends to be salty. I have actually rinsed canned chicken before to get some of that solution off. That's a good option for you. But, this is one of those meals. It's just great to have on hand. I think I got this off of a package of something from Swanson's, probably Swanson's chicken or something one time. But it's good to just have all these ingredients on hand, and there's no cooking to it. We're just dumping all of our kind of shelf-stable ingredients into a bowl with some seasonings, mix it together, and now let's build us a casserole with it. Got a casserole dish. I'm going to spray it with a little bit of olive oil. It's almost a 9x13, but not quite. And I'm going to start here with some little white corn tortillas. Let's use 4 of them, probably, for the bottom layer. I'm just going to cut these in half, and then I'm just going to place them down in here where the flat edge is kindly against the side. Now, it may take me a few more, looks like, just because my tortillas are not that big. Well, I don't know. Look at there. I believe we're good. We got the whole bottom covered with 4 of them. Now, I'm going to take about half of my chicken and veggie mixture. Let's spread it out right over top of these tortillas. And now I'm going to take 4 more corn tortillas. Hard to say. Corn tortillas that I've cut in half. And we're going to make another layer of those. And guess what's next? The rest of our chicken mixture. Spread it on out. Now we're just going to cover our little casserole dish with some aluminum foil. We're going to bake this covered in this 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes. Then we'll come back and we're going to finish it off with some cheese and a little bit of fresh touch. All we had to do was get it heated through. We don't have to worry about anything that needs to be cooked in here. So I'm going to put about 1.5 cups. I'm using a Mexican blend cheese. Going to get that over the top of it. Then I'm going to slide it back in the oven, uncovered, for about 10 minutes. We want that cheese to get melted and gooey and golden. I topped mine just like I would a taco with some lettuce, some avocado, a little bit of sour cream and salsa, and I had tried to freeze some fresh cilantro. Didn't work real good, so I had some dried cilantro put on top. This was absolutely delicious. Everybody loved it. We sent Ryan home some leftovers. This was amazingly delicious, a Tex-Mex weeknight classic, and you would never know this is canned chicken. It's amazing. Hey friends, tonight I'm going to try a brand new chicken salad. This is called Firehouse chicken salad, and it might be a little bit spicy. I'm going to start with a 12.5-ounce can of chunk white chicken. Of course, I drained it off, and I'm going to chunk any of these bigger pieces up into smaller pieces. And I'm just making a really small amount because it's really just going to be me. Patrick's not a big chicken salad fan, although he might like this one if it's got a little bit of spice to it. But I'm dicing up about 1/4 of a red onion here. If I can. It's kind of falling apart on me there. It's hard to do little amounts. I love to try new chicken salads and new tuna salads. And I normally, with a chicken salad, I really like one that is, just kind of run-of-the-mill, I guess. Or I like it to have some fruit kind of component to it. So I'm excited to try this one. Let's put our red onion in here with our chicken. Something that really caught my eye about this recipe is that instead of pickle relish, you're going to use these Famous Dave's sweet and spicy pickles, and Patrick loves these. I think I'll start with about 8 of these pickles. I think that's going to be plenty for this recipe, and I'm just going to dice them up really small. They smell pretty spicy. You take a little bite. They're really good. They're not too hot. I like them. Got them chopped up pretty good and going to put them in. And I've got 1 egg hard boiling right here. That's plenty enough for the amount I'm making. And normally, if I was going to boil eggs, I would have done more than 1. But you know what? I'm low on eggs. I'm never low on eggs. So I just made 1. Friends, I want you to behold the perfect specimen of a peeled egg. I'm so proud. Now I get to destroy it. I'm just going to dice it up into pretty small little pieces too. Oh, it's just perfect. And if you're wondering, the way that I hard boil my eggs, I put them in cold water, cover them, and I put them on, a hot stove high. As soon as they come up to a boil, I leave them on that stove eye, but I cut the heat off and I put a lid on them and I leave them on a timer for 19 minutes. Very specific, 19 minutes. And look how perfect they come out. I don't remember where I read that or who told me to do that, but it's been working really good for me. And hard-boiled eggs is something I can say I've never put in chicken salad before. But there's first time for everything. Now we're into a little more familiar territory for me and chicken salad. I'm going to put in about 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Get that off the stove too. My stove is clean. It's always clean. You guys notice that. And you keep asking, how do I keep my stove looking so nice? I'm going to make you a new video on that because it's real simple. You know what? Before we season it, let's start mixing it together. Oh, this is a pretty chicken salad with that red onion. That's really pretty. I'm going to go in with some pepper. I don't think I'm going to use any salt. I like a little bit of black pepper, though. The canned chicken can tend to be a little bit salty on its own. And let's give it just a little bit of garlic powder, just a little sprinkle. Now, let's get her mixed up. And I'm going to set this right inside the refrigerator just for a few minutes. You know, things like this always taste better when they've had time to let all of the flavors develop between them. And Patrick's out in the garage. When he gets done, me and him are going to give this a try. I can't wait to try this. I'm really hungry. It is late. It's almost 11 o'clock. But we ate a late lunch, so now I'm hungry. Oh my gosh. I love it. It's not spicy. It's not spicy at all. It's flavorful. And I can't believe after all the years of buying those pickles for you, Dad, I had never tried any of the sweet and spicy pickles.
Yeah, I love them.
It's really good. It's very flavorful. This is perfect. And if you like a chicken salad sandwich, this is a perfect sandwich chicken salad. Like the texture of it would be great on bread. And I was unsure about the egg, but the egg really makes it good. Gives it a little bit more of bulks it up, but this is really good. The only thing I might be missing is a little bit of curry because I put curry in my chicken salad and it's kind of a strong flavor. So I feel like I'm missing a little bit of something, but that's probably what it is. But I really like this. I think this is one that was just a little bit different. Worth trying. It's good. If this video got you looking at that pantry shelf a little bit differently, I've got another video you're going to love. A while back, I did a full pantry clean out dinner video where I turned things like boxed mac and cheese, frozen veggies, and smoked kielbasa into real hearty one-dish dinners. If you're trying to stretch what you already have, or you just need a little bit of inspiration, I'll link that video for you right here. As always, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. I send you love from my kitchen, and I'll see you in the next one.